Ahoy and welcome aboard Blue Moon. I'm Donna. My husband Jim and I just arrived at Indiantown Marina and we're preparing our boat for the summer haul out. And the first thing we do is try to give everything a good rinse, because as you can see, there's a lot of stuff we've been using over this winter season and it all is salty and needs a good rinse. Let me take you along here. So I washed down our kayak, which is our auxiliary vessel or dinghy. That's how we've been getting ashore. We also have two soft tanks here for water. There's only 60 gallons of water on this boat, so if we want to stay out for a couple of weeks, we need some place to put some more water, so these pillow tanks each carry 50 gallons. Now this part of the boat I've already washed, but boy, the back needs some work still. And Jim was working on under the floors here, which after being a little damp and marinated for a while, weren't pretty. Indiantown's a neat place. It's great for haul out. Just look for the trawler here and come on in. They have us tied up here to their hard docks for the night, and haul out is tomorrow. By the way, don't swim. There's alligators and the local turtle. One thing we do in preparation for summer haul out is make sure everything in the galley is really clean, because you don't want any bugs coming in. They'll come in if they find any food at all. So you have to take every single scrap of food, every little crumb out. So right now I'm going through and cleaning up the galley, and I was going along well. It's pretty good here and here. I pulled out everything from here, cleaned underneath all our dishes and things, and I just moved this and toaster oven and went, oh, I'm so glad I did. Hadn't realized how much stuff accumulates under there. So I'll keep cleaning. Well, it's haul out day here at Indiantown. Oftentimes haul out up north is a sad thing, but for us it just means we're switching boats. We spent all day yesterday cleaning outside the bilges, anything that was dirty, salt encrusted, just so that you can keep the dirt to a minimum. Cleaned off solar panels. We'll be bringing them inside the boat, and just doing prep work. It's actually a lovely place here at Indiantown. They have this nice seating area. The office is up there. Lovely ladies there. A nice selection of things in their little store, including some beverages after a long day. Little fairy lights too. Very pretty. I better go get ready. I've been very impressed with the people here. They always do a very good job. All right, we are in the bay and ready to be lifted out.
Bottom of this will not be pretty.
Yeah, it might look a little bit like a shag rug.
Oh my God.
For our marine experiment.
Whoever invented the pressure washer, I'd kiss him on the lips. If she was a girl.
Ah, glad you clarified that. Now the bottom of the boat is supposed to be blue, right?
Maybe. Totally different.
It's a pretty good barnacle farm. a different paint or if it's just because we sat so long and watered down.
It's okay. We only put one coat on here. And the tropics, they always say, you know, the horse go.
Yeah.
That's the wet keel pouring out, by the way.
Yeah. I always wonder about that.
Well, that's what they do. It's all fresh water. It's all the same.
Oh, good.
All right, I'm
gonna
gonna get it.
get
We're
out of the way.
downwind, so.
Yeah, definitely a barnacle farm under there.
I have no idea. We did paint it, right?
We did paint it, but we did sit in Lauderdale for 2 months.
Yeah.
I don't know if that did it. It is ablative, so it requires the movement of the boat.
Huh.
There's quite a bit of marine growth. Not impressed with the bottom paint. Might have to try something new. So we're not happy at all with the results of the paint we used here. There are quite a few barnacles and things. If anyone has any suggestions on a good paint for the tropics, please leave a comment below. Thank you. They scrape the barnacles off. The next thing they do is get the power washer. These guys are really earning their keep today. Doing a bang-up job. Very impressed. So it looks like we're right back where we were last summer, next to the TARDIS. Remember the TARDIS, honey? Great name for a boat. That's one of those Fisher catamarans.
Fisher catamaran.
Yeah,
The Fisher
interesting.
Pilot House sailboat is actually on the other side of the yard.
Right.
The one I'm jonesing for, although frankly it's not pristine.
No, that one isn't.
It'll be okay.
And Focus, that sailboat still has its mangrove growing out of its
yes.
anchor locker. It's
Mangrove
grown.
looks very healthy.
Yeah,
This boat's Blue Moon, by the way.
it is.
Yeah. Not sure what this is. It's got newish paint.
Yeah. It's pretty.
Yeah, what is that?
Not really sure.
Gosser?
Could. Well, it kind of looks gozzardish. Not quite though. Nice bronze ports. Pretty.
Our savior.
Oh, this is our wonderful cousin Steve who came to pick us up.
See, I got the pictures of the boat being brought over.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, so he saw it.
Donna's got it.
Yep, I got it on my phone. So we were hauled out yesterday, and now it's the putting away. We washed all the canvas. Everything here is drying. And the whole boat is turned topsy-turvy.
And I didn't believe we could get this much
Junk.
in this place. Look at this. What we'll do is we take these black contractor bags. These are 3 mil, I think. And we cut them and tape them up and use them to cover things. Like there's a forward hatch for the head that's about 1 foot on a side. You don't want that exposed to the sun all summer. There's no reason. So I'll cut a piece of this, put it on there, and then tape it very carefully.
Right.
Clean and tape very carefully so it doesn't come off.
What's that?
That's where it was stuck to the other ones so they could roll it.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
thank you so much. Didn't damage the bag. It's just
That's
unsightly.
good. It's just unsightly. So back here is
yeah.
just everything drying that we cleaned. We got some antifreeze that we just help keep the holding tank and our pillow tanks from getting too disgusting.
We just did change the oil, so we got replacement oil. We always
Right.
like to have at least one change of oil. If you're tooling along and you blow an oil line, even if you can fix it, then you can't go anywhere
Right.
because now you
If
don't have oil.
Right.
So we always have oil, hydraulic fluid. Well, you gotta have a place to put it.
Yeah.
In the car we have an air conditioner, which will, it's just a little window, unit, but it can go here when we're in the work yard, which is literally lifesaver.
It is. Yeah.
In Florida. This thing, turn it on, we leave it on for a week.
Right. and run inside, cool off, run outside in the heat, work until we
show everybody how Eskimo-ish we are. And since we're out of the water, we don't have 110 volt power, mains power.
Right.
We have an inverter. We can make power if we need it, but then we also don't have access to water. So we filled all the water tanks and all the buckets are full of water.
Right, because we're in the storage yard, so they don't bother with water or power here. So I'm standing up on the fly bridge now. You can see they have car storage way in the back, and then they have these boats stored here.
Hi, honey. What do you think? Look,
Oh, that's a great.
I could be a Klingon. I could be Worf.
Yeah,
For the Empire.
you're worthless Patak.
I think we're getting too tired already, and it's still early.
Yeah, this boat's been here a long time. You can see the mangrove growing out of its anchor locker. There are more boats stored here.
Some of them very nice. The Nauticat there.
Yeah.
The Fisher catamaran.
And then off to the right beyond these trees is another set of, I don't know, 1,000 boats maybe. And there's also probably another 50 or so over here. So it's a very large yard. And then there's the RV park here. So I have a bunch of laundry in. We're gonna dry everything out that's on the outside, and I'm gonna start putting things away. I think this process will probably take us a couple of days. So that's the plan. So one thing we do here is we double bag all our soft things, all our clothing, bedding, anything like that. We double bag it. We have it first in Ziplocs, which most of the time we keep things in Ziplocs anyways, because on a boat, you know, there's always going to be a few damp days. And then we put those inside one of these contractor bags just for good measure. We do use those sun packs to keep mold and bugs out, and it is a chemical, which isn't my favorite thing to use, but it works like a charm, and this protects our clothes. Once we get here next fall, we'll wash everything before we use it anyway, but this way we keep the chemicals out as much as possible. Hey there, honey, what you up to?
Oh, hi. I was hiding from my wife, and I...
Staying out of the sun.
Yes, definitely staying out of the sun. This is our propeller, of course. And then this is our stuffing box. I'm sorry, not the stuffing box. This is a bearing tube here. And in here, you can just about see it. There's actually a rubber bearing that sits on the stainless steel shaft, and you think, oh, that's terrible, it will wear out, but it has water flowing through it. Here's one of the water intakes, and this works quite well. It suspends the shaft. It's inexpensive, but it does have to be replaced from time to time, and that's what I'm afraid we're going to have to do this time. And probably the easiest way to get this out of here, undo these nuts, take the propeller off, something you should kind of think about doing every once in a while anyways. And then we take these nuts off, and hopefully we can get this off nice and easy, and then just off the end of the shaft.
That's what it is in theory.
That's in theory, yeah. These are sets here that hold this, the bearing. The rubber bearing is actually a rubber insert inside of a naval bronze sleeve. You can just barely see that here, actually. And that keeps it nice and stiff. And then we're going to look at the rudder while we're here. We might pull this, but you have to. There are nuts inside. You have to lift this whole thing up, pull this thing out, and then lift the rudder off, and then so you can get at this. So the shoe should pop off, I'm hoping, but I'm not sure how they did this. This is actually done a lot nicer than I think normally the standard boat would be, because this is basically commercial stuff. This is a standard lobster boat hull. It's got the wide on the side and then sharp front. It's been evolving in Maine for what, 100 years?
Something like that.
Yeah. So we're measuring all the bits and pieces, make sure we have the right sizes when we order things. And God help me.
Yes, dear. All right, let me show you what Jim's been busily doing. We cover all the intakes. This is our air intake for the engine. And so we have plastic over that. These are some of the vents. There's vents for the huge fuel tanks, and vents for the water tanks are up here. Leaving this one open for now. We have to pump the bilge at the very end because we have some water in the tanks that we want to empty out. It empties into the bilge. This is actually a tie-down strap to tie the boat down. Very sturdy strap. The yard tells us to place them where we want, and then they come around later and install these big flags that they put into the ground. Just like here on TARDIS. Well, it's been a long, hot day. I think we've accomplished a fair amount. We took out all the food, went through the entire head, bagged a lot of the softs, things like clothing, linens. Yeah, I just took one of these because my back is killing me. We're both pretty dehydrated, and so what are we gonna do? We're gonna drink beer and rum. Put our feet up for a little while.
I peed once today. So,
yay, that's good.
No extra here.
The place still looks like quite the disaster, but we actually have quite a bit in the car. So say hi,
1,000 pounds
honey.
in the car. You go out, including the Junker spectral water maker
that Jim wants to rebuild.
Then the air conditioner is here, anyways.
Yeah, the window unit for next year when we're in the work yard.
We pull the instruments and take them home.
Yeah.
They're very expensive. Our happy, tired home.
Yeah. So we're hoping tomorrow we can finish up and then go visit his sister's condo for a few days to recuperate before we do the drive home. All right, I think that's enough for now. I hear beer calling me. So it's day 2 of prepping the boat. Jim is starting to yes, dear. Starting to illuminize. We put aluminum foil over the windows. It keeps as much sun out as possible, which keeps it a little cooler in here and helps keep the boat from overheating. It's still a bit of a disaster in here, but we've cleared out a lot of stuff.
Since when is that? Okay.
Yes, dear. Be nice. But we're making progress. Okay.
So you got to hold it in the corner and up, no, on the frame. There. Okay, good.
The shiny side out.
On the side out.
Like that. All right, so tape it here and then over the edge.
Right. And you don't have, this isn't exact science. And remember, it's not insulation, it's just to keep the sun out. The other thing you can do is fold this over to get your edge. You don't have to cut it exactly. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, I'll come.
Something like that.
So, folded that over the edge. And pull that down.
And roll it around. It sticks a lot better when you roll it around.
Right.
All right. Okay.
Not bad.
I'll put some up here.
Yeah,
I
got a
don't know if
little
that'll
hole there,
last.
but that's not
Yeah.
a biggie.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect either. Like
yeah.
this one's got some gaps. It doesn't really matter. You're just trying to go for
95% of the sun out.
right. And it's you're trying to keep most of the light and some of the heat too. It's remarkable how much heat, radiant heat,
Yeah.
you'll keep out.
I feel it right here because
Yeah, I know that.
I want to close that up because it's too hot.
All right, honey, I'll do that.
That one's a little harder because of the angle.
But it's all good.
It's all good. It's all good.
My best advice, just take up golf.
Oh,
That's just so much trouble.
but it's so much fun when you're out there on the water.
Yeah. Lost its appeal for after 40 years.
Not for me,
Well, that's
but
right.
I've only had 30. Well, actually, I've been sailing since I was 5, so that's over 60. But I've only been living aboard for about 25 years, 30 maybe.
The appeal
for
of
you.
the old folks' home. All right, I'm going to do this one next.
Very
and these
well.
we can do inside so we can open them.
So one issue we had last year was this particular middle window of the 3 in the front of the boat. This one lost its aluminum foil. Jim thought it was because we made it actually too tight. So he's left a couple of holes here so that when this heats up, the hot air can escape without interfering with the taping. We'll see if that works. He also did it over on this side as well. Making progress. Up forward, we've put up the beds and the bedding. Everything is all put away. Covered the ports, the hatches. Right now, Jim's working on getting the solar panels down. You having fun, sweetie? Yes, dear.
Alright, I turned off for that.
Okay, love. We still have to put the kayak inside.
That's the last thing.
Yep. Should I be working on the slidey door?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I think we're pretty good shape.
Yeah. Okay, look out.
Looking out. We love having the starboard side door here. It makes a world of difference getting forward and doing things. But it has this tendency to let air and water in, so I've really done my best to give it a good taping all the way around, just to keep out water, bugs, and everything else. As you can hear, Jim's still working on the solar panels up overhead, but we're getting close to finishing up here. Run through. Jim has put the sachet here, so I'm not going to remain down here for very long. That's all closed up. That's all done. Everything is off.
Power's down.
All the power is down. All the solar is down. All right, I think the last thing is to put in the kayak and we're good to go.
All right.
Ah, indeed.
So if you want to pull it, just pull it around on the gunnel. There we go. Does it help if I lift it? I can't really get it in the door.
We could try that. I don't know.
I can't really lift it
No,
up anymore.
don't worry about it. All right. You okay, sweetie? Well, we got the kayak in.
Yeah.
Let's close it on up. It probably helps a little bit, but... All right.
So the floors are taped.
Yep.
These hatches are sturdy, but they do leak. I take sturdy over leak any day.
Okay, we are locked.
All right. Bridge looks good.
The line here, which will help wick any water that might pool here. We wanted to get over the side, so we'll see if that helps. I think we're good to go. What do you think, sweetie?
Need a beer.
Need a beer. So we got our tie downs all set. Everything is taped. And taped the exhaust there. Kayak is inside the boat. We're locked. The car is completely full. How do we always end up with so much stuff?
I have the garbage in my seat, honey.
Oh, that's good, dear.
Oh,
All right, I think we're ready to rock and roll
something.
or something.
Yeah.